Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how I do my foundation. You can tell just by the word foundation. It's the base of your makeup is going to be very important. It doesn't matter how great your eye makeup looks, if your foundation isn't where it should be, it's not going to look as good as is possible. So I hope you guys like it, so keep watching and see what I do. Bye. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put on a face primer. I'm using this Urban Decay one, Complexion Primer Potion. This one is the Pore Perfecting one. This step you can skip, but if you do it, it's going to make your makeup stay on a lot longer. It's also going to minimize any larger pores. So I'm going to get this all over my face. You can also use a primer that mattes out your face. And by the way, I feel like sometimes I use the word matte, not everyone knows what I'm talking about. By the word matte, I mean without any shine or any kind of shimmery glossiness. So I'm gonna get this on my forehead as well, on my nose, my chin. Okay, so that's my primer. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually put on my foundation. I'm using Makeup Forever HD foundation. And for a brush, I'm going to be using the C707 foundation brush from Crown Brush. As far as brushes, I know, first of all, a lot of people don't know that you should be using brushes. A lot of people want to use sponges or just their fingers. But honestly, for your fingers, you can be spreading bacteria, and same with sponges. Another thing about sponges is that it actually eats up your makeup and soaks it in, and it just gets really gross, and you really don't want to be using that. So I'm going to use my brush, and I'm going to be putting my foundation, I'm just going to pump it onto my hand here. And I'm going to start getting that on my face. I know some people actually like to use two foundations, but I'm going to keep this a little bit simpler and just use one. But if you do use two different colored foundations, and if you do that, you would use the lighter one in the center and the darker one on the outside. So yeah, that's what you want to do. I'm going to get this on my chin, my upper lip, right around my nose, because the nose tends to be red around the sides. On my nose, definitely. My forehead. Around my eyes, which is very important. There can be a lot of kind of unattractive things that can be on your eyes. It's a very thin skin, so you can kind of see through it. And finally, I'm going to be getting just a little extra right on my cheeks. So, the reason I put a lot in my cheeks is because I have very red cheeks. So if you do like me, then you can do this, but if you don't, this is skippable. Okay, and that's foundation. Next, I'm going to be doing concealer. I have this Lise Watier one, which has all the different colors, and I also have Cover FX, which is a very good concealer actually. It's actually used for covering tattoos as well, so if it's going to cover tattoos, it's going to cover a lot on your face. So, for my Lise Watier concealer, as you can see, it has a lot of different colors, and I actually do use every single one of these, even the purple and the green, and I'll be showing you how I do that. So I'm going to start around my eyes, which again is the most important area. I'm going to be using this light one right here. Okay, I'm going to apply that just with my fingers because I know fingers can sometimes, like I said earlier, have bacteria, but just make sure you clean them for this part because honestly, no brush works as good as your fingers. So I'm going to start getting that on right under my eye. I'm going to blend that over. This is going to cover any dark circles under your eyes. You can even make, I got this idea from Candy Johnson actually, a V shape right down and right to the outer corner of your eye. And that's going to really, really brighten up your face just to get that concealer right under your eyes. For my eyelid, I'm going to be using my Cover FX one, which looks like that. Eyelids, again, are very, very important. You know, you can see lots of unfortunate veins and things that can sometimes be seen in your eyelids. Okay, my other one. And you can see already just how that little step really brightened up my face. I don't know how well you can actually see it, but here, believe me, it is. So next I'm going to be using this Lise Watier one again for my nose. And this is, I'm going to be actually contouring my nose with my concealer. So I'm going to get that light color again. I'm going to go right down the center of my nose. I'm going to blend that just a bit. It's okay not to blend that much for this one. Obviously you can see the light stripe down my nose, but I'm going to be blending more after. I'm using this dark color here, this next part. I'm actually going to bring 2 stripes right down the sides of my nose as straight as possible. I'm going to go right underneath, bring it up under my eyebrows, across the bridge of my nose there, and down on this side. Now I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but as you keep blending, you're going to actually start seeing the contours. And what I'm doing is actually slimming my nose as well as straightening it. I'm going to get the sides of my nose right under it. And now for the blending part of this, I'm actually going to be using my concealer brush, which just, it kind of looks like a big eyeshadow brush, but it's used for concealer. Okay, for around the sides of my nose, I'm going to be using this green color. And for the green concealer, the reason that you want to use green concealer is to cancel out redness in your face, because green is the opposite of red. So I'm going to get this around my nose and blend it in. I'm also going to get this color on my chin just a bit. Okay, continuing with a little bit of contouring, I'm going to be using that dark color again for my Lise Watier concealer. I'm going to be bringing it down the sides of my cheekbones, right in the hollows of my cheek, and up just a bit, and right on the sides of my face. And the other side as well. Okay, and I'm going to be finishing using this purple one. And for purple, anywhere you can put the purple concealer, it's going to look very bright, and so you're going to want to put that in your highlights. The highlights of your face are going to be your nose, your upper lip, your chin, your forehead, and the very tops of your cheekbones. So I'm going to put it in all those places. And that is it for our liquid products. Well, not really liquid, but more like creams. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is setting it all, which is very, 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 very important. I cannot really stress enough to you how important setting your makeup is. If you put it on, honestly, it's not going to stay on all day. It's gonna look bad, honestly, because it's going to be it's gonna make you look oily, and just it's not good. So what I'm using today for powder is HD high definition translucent powder from Makeup Forever. I'm gonna be using this Bare Minerals brush too. I'm gonna get that on my chin, around my nose, on my nose and my forehead. Pay attention to your eyes as well, because there's a lot of creases in there where things can crease up and look bad. And that is my foundation. So I'm going to be back with the rest of everything with my blush and my bronzers in my next video, so please go watch that. Really, you can end like this, but if you really want to have, for a more special occasion, you can do the other steps and finish with it. So thank you for watching, guys. Bye.